I stayed at the Ibis Paris Bastille Opera recently, and I am going to give my honest thoughts about it. For the best price for this hotel, check out the links in the description. Arrival and check-in experience. When we arrived at Hotel Ibis Paris, the check-in process was super smooth and quick. The front desk staff greeted us with friendly smiles and made us feel right at home. It was great to get our keys and head straight to our room without any hassle, which was exactly what we needed after a long journey. Room, bathroom, and amenities. The room at Ibis Paris Bastille Opera was cozy, albeit on the smaller side, which is pretty typical for Paris. The bathroom, however, was a bit of a squeeze. I had to maneuver carefully to fit in the shower without feeling cramped. The amenities were basic but clean, and I appreciated the free toiletries and the flat-screen TV, perfect for winding down after a day of exploring. Location and surroundings. The location of the Ibis Paris Bastille Opera is fantastic. I loved being just a short walk from the Bastille metro station, which made getting around the city super easy. Plus, there are tons of great restaurants and cafes nearby, so I could grab a bite without having to venture far. It really felt like I was in the heart of Paris, with all the sights just a quick metro ride away. Food, drinks, and dining options. When it comes to food at the Ibis Paris Bastille Opera, I was pleasantly surprised by the breakfast spread. Every morning, I indulged in a buffet that had a great mix of sweet and savory options. From fluffy scrambled eggs to fresh fruit salad and delicious yogurts, it was the perfect fuel for a day of exploring the city. I couldn't resist the pastries, especially the fresh French madeleines. They were heavenly. Plus, the convenience of grabbing a hot beverage and a piece of fruit to take away was a nice touch. Even if you miss the regular breakfast hours, they offer lighter options from 4 a.m., which is super handy for early risers. Overall, the dining experience really added to my stay. What's it like to stay here? Staying here is like diving into the heart of Paris without breaking the bank. The location is unbeatable, just a quick stroll from the iconic Bastille and surrounded by cozy cafes and restaurants. I love the vibe of the hotel. It's modern yet has that classic French charm, especially with the lovely lobby filled with plants. The room was on the smaller side, which is pretty standard for Paris, but it was clean and comfy enough for me to crash after a long day of exploring. The breakfast spread was a highlight. I mean, who doesn't love fresh pastries and a good cup of coffee to start the day? The staff were super friendly, always ready to help with recommendations or just to chat, which made me feel right at home. Sure, the bathroom was a bit cramped, but it didn't really bother me. I was too busy enjoying the city. Overall, it was a cozy, convenient spot that I'd totally recommend for anyone wanting to experience Paris without the hefty price tag. Let's take a look at the pros and cons. Here's what I liked about the hotel. Great location. I loved how close it was to the Bastille area and public transport. It made exploring Paris super easy. Clean and comfortable. The rooms were tidy and had a cozy vibe, which made returning after a long day of sightseeing feel like coming home. Friendly staff. The staff were really helpful and welcoming, which added a nice touch to my stay. They made me feel at ease right from check-in. Good breakfast. The buffet breakfast had a decent variety, and those fresh pastries were a delightful start to my mornings. Here's what I disliked about the hotel. Small rooms. Honestly, the rooms were a bit cramped. It was fine for a short stay, but if you're looking for space to spread out, this might not be the best fit. My overall rating for this hotel would be 8.2. So, would I stay here again? Absolutely. The Ibis Paris Bastille Opera has a fantastic location that made exploring the city super easy. Plus, the staff were friendly and helpful throughout my stay. While the rooms were on the smaller side, they were comfortable enough for a short trip, and I loved having so many great restaurants in the metro nearby. Overall, it was a solid experience, and I definitely consider coming back. Thanks for watching. I added links from all hotel booking providers in the description, so you can find the best price for this hotel. Make sure you check out the description below.